Are you planning to bring your family to Qatar but feeling overwhelmed by the visa process? Stick around because in this video, I'll guide you through each step to make sure your family's residence visa application goes smoothly and gets approved faster. Hi everyone, my name is Pearly Lilian and I've been living in Doha City, Qatar for over 16 years now. Today, we're diving into the step-by-step process of applying for a family residence visa in Qatar. This video is for anyone planning to bring their family to live with them here, so stay tuned for all the important details. A family residence visa in Qatar allows foreign workers to sponsor their immediate family members like spouses and children for a long-term stay. Each family member, even infants, must have their own individual residence visa to legally live here. To sponsor family members, an expat must meet a specific eligibility requirements based on profession, salary, and suitable accommodation. The application also requires essential documents, including attested marriage and birth certificates, and more, to ensure everything goes smoothly with the authorities. Before you start the family residence visa application process, check with your employer to see if they can assist you. While companies aren't required to process or cover the cost of family residence visas, some do provide support as part of their employment process. So it's always worth asking, as this can save you both time and effort. Now, let's get into each step of the process so you can feel confident about bringing your family to Qatar. Okay, let's start with eligibility requirements. To sponsor a family residence permit in Qatar, the sponsor generally needs to hold a specialized or skilled position such as a technician, engineer, manager, or similar role. To sponsor family members for a residence visa in Qatar, foreign employees typically need a minimum salary of 10,000 Qatari riyals. However, employees earning 7,000 Qatari riyals may also be eligible if their employer provides family housing. Previously, the Ministry of Interior or MOI is prioritizing applications from sponsors with salaries above 15,000 Qatari riyals, likely as a way to manage the high volume of applications received after the resumption of visa services post 2020. However, as of November 2024, private sector employees with 10,000 Qatari riyals salary are already receiving approvals. Secondly, you need a valid QID or Qatar ID, and your residency should be up to date. The first requirement is that the applicant or the sponsor must have a valid residence permit. Your QID or residence card should be ready before you apply for a residence visa for your family. And lastly, you should have a stable employment and a recognized position in your company. As your family sponsor, your profession on the QID should be technical or specialized. Those in the labor category may not be eligible to sponsor their families, irrespective of their salary. Now let's move to the documents you'll need, as this is a crucial part. Make sure you gather all of these before starting the application. Number 1, copies of your valid QID and passport. It should have a photo page and a bio page. Then a letter of no objection from your employer. The letter is in Arabic and dated within the past 3 months. It should have a certified copy of the employment contract with salary details, copy of company registration card, or copy of your employer's QID. Thirdly, copy of tenancy contract attested by the municipality, or you can give a letter from your company if you're provided with family housing. Number 4, stamp bank statement from your bank for the last 6 months to prove your salary credit. Number 5, attested copies of your educational degrees or certificates, then passports of your spouse and your children. Copy of your marriage certificate and each child's birth certificate attested by the Qatar's embassy in your country and your country's embassy in Qatar and Qatar's Ministry of Foreign Affairs or MOFA. Please note that certificates must be translated into Arabic. Some private attestation companies in Qatar can help you with attestation and translation work. Also, please be informed that declaration of non-marriage for daughters is required if they are above 18 years old and unmarried. Please note that married daughters are not eligible for sponsorship under their parents. If you have adopted children, on the other hand, additional documents are required. And for stepchildren, you need to submit documents proving the relationship between you and the stepchild. Now, once you have all these documents ready, it's time to start the application. There are 2 ways to apply: online and offline. Option 1 is using the MeTrush 2 app. MOI has streamlined the process of applying for a family residence visa with the MeTrush 2 mobile app. Here's a simple guide to walk you through each step. Step number 1, download the MetroSh2 app and log in. Step number 2, select the visa option for the menu. Number 3, choose the Issue Visa button on the following page. Next, select Family Visit. Step 5, from there, click Family Residence Application, then select New Application at the bottom right. Complete the application form carefully with your family members' information, then click Validate. Step 7, review the details on the next page, confirm their accuracy by selecting I agree with the validity of the data, and then click Next. Then upload the required documents on the upload screen. Just ensure the documents are clear and readable, either scanned or photographed. Files must be in JPEG format. For documents with multiple pages, combine them into one JPEG file and keep the total file below 500 kilobytes. Once uploaded, click Next. Then confirm the application submission by selecting Yes. Your application number will be generated and displayed. And after that, you can track the application status by selecting the right arrow icon. Initially, the status will show as under process and later change to under review as the MOI reviews details. Another option would be through offline or through immigration office. If you don't want to apply through application, then you can visit any immigration office to submit your application. However, you need a completed application form and all the required documents I mentioned earlier to bring with you. Once approved, the fee for the family residence visa is 200 Qatari riyals, which you can pay directly through the MetroSh2 app or at an immigration office. People often find it challenging to interpret the different status updates their visa application goes through. So here's an overview of the stages an application may go through and what each status means. You may pause this video to check each detail of the stages your visa application goes through. Now, if your family visa application is rejected, you can request a meeting with the Visa Approval Committee by visiting the immigration office. Be sure to bring both the original and a copy of your application receipt. In case of visa approval, visa holders must enter Qatar within 180 days. This validity could vary from 90 days to 1 year. The expiry date will be mentioned on the visa. The validity of this visa starts from the day it is issued, and for some reason, if you can't make your entry to Qatar within the given time, you have the option to extend your visa for the next 180 days by paying 200 Qatari riyals again. Now, before we end, let me share some final tips to help speed up your application. Firstly, double check all documents because missing paperwork is the most common reason for delays. Secondly, ensure all documents are attested. This includes marriage and birth certificates, which need to be fully attested. Then thirdly, prepare for medical exam and fingerprinting appointments in advance. This helps streamline the process, especially if your family has recently arrived. And there you have it. That's the complete guide to applying for a family residence visa in Qatar. I hope this answered all your questions and made the process a bit clearer. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you find this video helpful, and let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or topics you want me to cover. Before I say goodbye, always remember that you have a very loving Heavenly Father and you can always count on Him. And this is why life is beautiful. Thanks for watching, guys, and blessings!